In today's breakdown, we're going to be looking at one of the most legendary players to do it from behind the cage. You might know him. His name is Rob Pannell, and he has this sick dodge package, and I'm about to break it down just for you. Check this out.
Once Amber gets top side, he's an elite all-around lacrosse player. Rob Pannell! Are you kidding? That is vintage from RP3!
All right, guys, so now we're gonna get into the footwork portion. I'm gonna show you exactly how Rob executed his dodge package right here. It's not really hard, but it needs to be practiced. Now, before we get into all the moves, just a little bit of guidance on how to use this breakdown. I'm gonna go through every single movement, every single footwork pattern. I want you to pause the video and work that. We're gonna be working in a number of reps for a number of sets. I'm only gonna do like couple reps in one set for this, but you guys go ahead. I'm gonna put the workout in the description. You guys go ahead and pause this video and then go into it. So, are you ready to go? Let's do it. Hey, real quick, don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification bell because we're dropping fire content like this every single week. Let's get back to the video. All right, y'all, so let's go through the number of things that Rob does in this. It's really good. We have our footwork patterns and then we have our shot. All of these need to be practiced, especially if you're an intro or intermediate player that's looking to add more movements to your tool bag. So let's start with the first one. Number one is a skip shuffle. If you notice, and I'll put this right here, overlay it, that Rob starts very slow with a nice little skip shuffle, maybe to relax his defender. Then he goes into a high step. You see this a lot with football players, wide receivers, and the releases. And then from there, out of his high step, he immediately goes into a drop step rollback, going from the left and coming back to the right. And if you notice, this is very subtle. He then hits him with like a little hitch, a little HESI to see if that guy's gonna bite on that kind of rockery type of movement right there. Breaks down his steps, posts up, and then hits him with the shot, which is a Twizzler, which is a very cool shot, but it needs to be practiced. Now, if you notice the shot, dude, he hits this corner and it is amazing. I mean, if I was right there on the field watching, I'd be losing my minds because this is not an easy shot to make. It's going right by the goalie's foot and you don't have a lot of space for errors. So good on Rob Pannell, but he's a vet, he's a G. He's been doing this and scoring from those positions for the longest since his college days. So those are the footwork patterns. What we're gonna do to start is we're gonna go through all of the footwork patterns. I'm gonna show you how to do them really slow. Again, pause it, go slow, and then start to pick up the speed. If you need to take extra reps, take extra reps. Again, the workout is going to be in the description below. So with that being said, let's go on to the first footwork pattern, which is the skip shuffle. All right, guys, so the first footwork drill up is the skip shuffle. If you notice, and I'll overlay it, he starts with a little bit of a skip into a little bit of a shuffle. So we're gonna practice that type of movement. You're not gonna always do this, but having different footwork patterns in your bag really lends to being more deceptive. So let's get into it. We're not gonna use our stick right now, so I'm gonna put this right here next to my cone. We can use 2 orange cones. I'm gonna do this straight first so you guys see kind of what this looks like. Obviously, he's going lateral and parallel with the cage when he does this, but I'll show you what it looks like. And this is how we could practice our different footwork patterns. And so what I'm gonna do is I'm just going to work on skipping. Number one. Good. If you can't really skip, it's really hard to include different footwork patterns to throw the defense off a little bit, right? And you see him do a number of different footwork patterns. You see him do a high step, you see him do a shuffle skip, all that stuff. So it's important to practice the thing. So now, skip, shuffle, skip, shuffle. I got too close to the camera. I'll stop with the red right there. I'm gonna do this about 5 to 10 reps for 2 sets. So let's do it again. Skip, shuffle, skip, shuffle, just like that. And I'm gonna do this also with my other foot. So that's again, 5 to 10 reps, 2 sets right there. I'm gonna go ahead and skip, shuffle, skip, shuffle, just like that. I gotta stop before we get to the red line right there so we stay in frame. But that's how we're gonna do that. Now I'm gonna show you what it looks like this way. So now I'm coming up, maybe, again, I would be facing the cage in this particular example. Skip, shuffle, almost kind of like a crossover step. Now you're gonna need a little bit of space to do this, but this is what it essentially is gonna look like. Skip, shuffle, just like that. So when we start doing that, again, we're building in different footwork patterns to help us manipulate the defense. How does that manipulate the defense? Well, it kind of throws off their rhythm because we're not always just going one speed. We're mixing it up. We're getting them to relax and get comfortable. And then we're going into our next move, which is our high step to the drop step. And then we're gonna dominate. So that's drill number one. Do that again, 5 to 10 times, right foot and left foot for about 2 sets each. Okay guys, pause it, go practice. All right, so let's get into drill number 2, which is this high step. You see this a lot in football releases, and it's really not that hard to do. It kind of looks like soldiers walking at attention, but it's a little bit different than your normal lacrosse movements, maybe just jogging or shuffling. It's a little bit different. It looks weird, but it's an effective thing to, again, throw off the defense. So let me show you how we're gonna do it. Again, same sequence applies, 5 to 10 reps each leg. For this one, it's the same, so you can do maybe about 10 to 15 in order to get it. You don't need that much space in order to get it. If you want to go about 10 to 15 yards, you could totally do that. But you're going to do this for 2 steps. But basically, all you're going to do when you high step, essentially, is keep your legs straight, just like that. That's all it is, really. But again, it's different footwork patterns to throw off your defender. Let's do it again this way. Here we go. Boop, 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 boop. Just like that. Let me show you what it looks like straight on. Get into position. Again, maybe I'll start with the shuffle, right? Boop. No, let's do that again because that was whack. Start with my skip, shuffle, boop, 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 just like that. So I'm incorporating 3 different footwork patterns to throw off my defender. So pause this video, go ahead and practice that high step as many times as you need to. Again, I'd say 10 to 15 reps for about 5 to 10 yards for 2 sets. I think that's gonna get you where you need to be. Okay guys, pause it, work on it. Let's get ready for drill number 3. All right guys, here's drill number 3, which is the drop step rollback. If you need a video on this, I go into much detail in this 2-step drop step rollback. I'll link it in the description. It's also up here somewhere. You can definitely check it out. Definitely recommend that you watch that first. I'm not gonna get into too much detail right here. I'm gonna just show you how it works in Rob Pannell's package. You can go watch that to get more details on it. So let's get into it. He's coming up right here. What he's going to do is he's going to then drop, roll back, and go towards the cage on the right side. Now, when you're doing this, what you're gonna do is you're gonna really stay low to the ground. You don't wanna jump too high, and you're gonna step across, boom, just like that. This foot is going to then propel you back towards the other way. We might be switching hands too for this. Let's do this a couple more times. I'm obviously going with my stick right here. You don't have to at first. In fact, let's get rid of it and let's just master the footwork. Again, 1, 2, pivot, open. Now I'm going. Now we're gonna do that a little bit faster. We don't even have to start with the run. We will get to the run, but we're gonna start pretty close to it just to get it down. I might be a little bit lower on this. Boop. And then I'm gone, just like that. That wasn't my best rep. Let's do it one more time. Again, ba, ba. And then I'm going, just like that. All right, let's do it a little bit faster. Here we go, ready? Boop, boop. And then I'm gone. And do it again. And then I'm gone. So that is the drop step rollback. I want you to practice that actually for about 10 to 15 reps each way for 3 sets if you're new to it and you haven't done it, because that's probably going to take the longest time to learn. Now, again, pause that video, go to work, and get ready for drill number 4. All right, y'all, so we're going into drill number 4, which is this little HESI, kind of a rocker, kind of a pause glitch in order to see if the defense reacts to it. So he hit his drop step rollback. He's coming up right now. He's also with one arm, and now he kind of just pauses really quick, just like that. It's not even a pause. you're continuing to move forward with your motion, but you're kind of rocking back just like that. So let me show you exactly how to do this specific kind. You can add a big rocker step just like that, kind of a big pivot, but you don't really want to do that because now you have to turn all the way back, but it's more of a rocking motion. It's transferring your weight forward and backwards, and you're doing it very quick. Let me show you what it looks like this way. So I'm coming up right here. He has, again, one hand on his stick. Grip is a little bit lower, I think, on it. So poop, just like that. Notice how I'm right here, leaning backwards, right? Maybe I take a little bit of a look, and then I'm pushing off that plant foot in order to propel me up for what drill number 5 is, which is the breakdown. You guys get the breakdown, but I'll show you a couple of times. So how do we practice this? Well, again, let's drop that stick because we don't really need it. So right here, boop, just like that. So again, chop it up, plant, take that step, maybe look back a little bit, and then push forward, just like that. Now, if I'm adding motion to it, which we're gonna work up to, I'm going up, boop, just like that. Notice it's not a big opening like a rocker, a bigger rocker, just like that. We don't really need to do that. That's gonna waste a little bit of time. That's gonna, signify that I'm going into a roll a lot quicker. So that little like hitching back and forth, not really a hitch, it's like this, adjusting our weight back and forth. It really can throw off these defenders just by a little bit to give us an advantage. Or at the very least, it's going to give us information. Are they gonna react to that? Or are they gonna stay with us? This is why it's so important to have a broad range of footwork patterns and deception tactics so that you can pull them out and see what works. Because when you get to a high level of play, that basic stuff might not work. You're gonna have to mix it up and be a little bit more deceptive, okay? So that's drill number 4. Time to go to drill number 5. But before we do that, make sure to pause, go work on this little thing. Again, it's like this. It's like this. Again, if you want to get a little bit bigger with that, you could totally do that. But practice it, get good at it, and then go execute it. Pause the video, go work. Let's get ready for drill number 5. All right, guys, did you practice drills number 1 through 4? And did you get it down? If you did, congratulations. Now we're to the last drill. This one's probably the easiest thing because all it is a breakdown of your steps. Now let me show you at its core what it looks like. And this is the drill that we should be practicing at home in order to do this in a game. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna jog at the camera. I'm gonna stop at the little hash right there. So I'm gonna back up just a little bit more. But essentially, I'm gonna work on machine gunning my feet, dropping low, sinking a little bit, and trying to stop on a dime. So I'll show you what it looks like slow here. And I'm breaking down my steps. I'm not trying to overshoot this hash right here. I'm trying to really control how I'm breaking down and getting into a nice athletic position. This really helps this really works when you are mixing in strength and conditioning. If your legs ain't strong, it's gonna be really hard to turn on them brakes. So make sure to go to the weight room. So let's do this about 2 to 3 times right now. You do it about 5 to 10 times if this is something that you need to work on 5 to 10 times. If this is easy to you, maybe just like once or twice, or maybe not at all. All right, here we go. So I'm here, boop, boop, boop. Break down, just like that. Here we go again. Let's have the stick this time. Got the stick. I'm gonna go with one hand right here. Attack. Break down, good. Now on this one, I want you to break down, get 2 hands on your stick because that's gonna help you with your shot coming up next. Here we go. And that is the breakdown, my friends. So I'm out of breath a little bit, but if you practice all those 5 footwork patterns, that's going to lead you into the bigger picture. Now I'm going to show you what it looks like all together, and I want you to go and practice it left and right so that you can get it, and then we'll talk about the shot in a later clip. Let's get to work. All right, y'all, this is the final drill in today's breakdown. We're gonna combine everything that we've been working on to hit Rob Pannell's patented pendant dodge package. Let's get to it. I have my orange cone right here where I'm gonna start. I got my blue cone over there where I'm gonna hit my drop step rollback. And then I got my yellow cone where I'm gonna hit that little glitch HESI right there. And then I'm gonna move up a couple of yards just to hit that breakdown and that Twizzler shot right there. All right, let's see how I do right here. So I'm here, boop, 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 boop. boom. Just like that. That's how I did it slow. Now I'm gonna start to pick up the speed to see how I do going under speed, going gain speed. Let's go. Hey, did you like that video? Did you find value in it? Did you get better? If you did, don't forget to subscribe because again, we are dropping fire content like this all the time. All right, y'all. Peace. I'll catch you on the field.